So I said I was going to show you some more bits and bobs to do with the hedgehog house for winter. So I have bought one from my mum's garden, as everyone does, to test themselves out. And I've noticed in the tunnel fox's scratch marks, which I assume is a fox trying to get in to get into the hedgehog house. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't drag this out, but to make extra sure, I'm going to screw some OSB board on which locks it into place, and I will just show you how to do that now. And as I just saw it, one thing I've learnt from doing this video is try not to stick my tongue out when I'm concentrating. Right, and as I said last time, I am very disorganised, and now I've got to go and set my drill up. So I'll be back in a minute. Two. Okay, we've got. There you go, locked in there. So if there's any superbly muscular fox, it's not going to drag this tunnel out and get into the hedgehogs, which will hopefully be nested inside. So that's that. And another thing is, try not to bring this too far down so it makes that hole smaller, because it's got to be a certain size for the hedgehog to come in and come out again. So if you just remember that, try and keep it as high up as possible. That's that bit done. Okay, next bit. Preferably you've got some leftover wood and you can use offcuts for this, but I've just got this at the moment. So first you have to mark it. In the corner. And you're going to want 4 pieces, piece for each corner. You want to take it slightly less than the mark so it doesn't stick above the top and stop you screwing the lid down. I'm going to glue and screw them into each corner. As you can imagine, you've glued it and you've screwed these in. That's really reinforced each corner, which is the main strength of the box, really. So I do that now. Put some in the corner. Trying to let you see. Can you see? I've glued it into the. Just put the glue into the corner. Okay. Right, so you get this. Right, so that's in the corner. The glue I put straight down and 2 bits above. Get your thumb, because I'm going to drill it now. Clamp it into place. Right, let's put 2 screws in. Please remember, pre-drill before you do this, or you know what happens. This way, you see. that's a Gorilla Glue that will expand, that will absolutely form a really solid seal join, and it's all fastened on nicely. Okay, and as usual, I forgot to show you something. You're supposed to damp one side of the wood when you're using this type of glue. Don't ask me the chemistry, but it's supposed to create a reaction where it cures the glue and activates it. Like I said, I don't know the chemistry behind it, well, obviously. Okay, so that's dampened one edge. I pre-glued them earlier. I haven't took the glue right to the base. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain it to you. Right, so I'll put this one in next. Okay, so a bit of wood put in to strengthen the corners. It's been glued with Gorilla Glue down the corners, a little bit down each side. I put 2 screws in this side, 2 screws in that side. I've done it so it's a little bit short off the top, so they're not going to protrude and stop the lid sticking down. I didn't take the Gorilla Glue all the way to the bottom, all the way to the base, because I didn't want the base to stick with Gorilla glue to these strengtheners, because you never know, you might want to change the base. With it being an hedgehog, with the base, what's going to make up where all the mess is going to go in it. So perhaps every 2 years you might want to unscrew the runners, unscrew the base and change the base, so you'll be able to do that. That's why I did that. So that's it really. So I'm strengthening the corners. I've screwed this on so that super strength foxes can't pull the blinking, can't pull the tunnel out and get at the nesting or hibernating hedgehogs. So the next step is to put a ventilation hole in. Then the next step is to show you how to sheet it down. Okay, cheers guys. Oh yeah, right, before I do the ventilation hole, I just want to mention something. When I was screwing reinforcing the corners, on a couple of them I used a screw which were too big, and it came through that side, on the inside where the hedgehog would be residing. So you don't want that, do you, obviously? So make sure you choose the right size screw which isn't going to protrude into the hedgehog area. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that, because as usual with me, I make mistakes as I go along. As long as you put them right, that's all what matters, isn't it? Anyway, so right, we're going to do a ventilation hole. What it is, I make an hole in the OSB, put some hose pipe in, we secure it outside of the hedgehog house, so it's pointing downwards so water can't get in. Anyway, I'll show you as I go along. Firstly then, I've got to take a core out. That did the job. Right, so now I get to do what I did for 30 odd years. I put a bit of felt on it. Let's have a look. Okay, right. Have it to there. Right, I'm going to take this fold. You need to take it to the bottom runner. Yeah, so you need to take it to the bottom. You don't have it finishing there, you have it finishing at the very base. Right, so my gas gun. This is pre-coated felt. Right, so I'll set it to the bottom of there. There we go. It don't matter what it looks like, so it'll be all sheeted over anyway. There you go. Is it all off nicely? Sound. Right, just need to get that. It's really easy. Just heating up the metal bit of the scraper, because that's going to make an hole there, and there, and there. So made those holes, hose pipe goes through there. So you have one hose pipe in the hedgehog box, the other hose pipe outside. Obviously it's going to act as a means of a ventilation pipe. Okay, so that's that. Obviously I know you're not going to have a roll of torch on felt and a gas gun, are you? So I think the way you're going to have to do it is get a bit of polythene, get some decent tape, just tape it to it. You'll see why in a minute. Or if you've got a staple gun, you could staple it on, but you need it there, and you need to have a hole in the polythene just there as well. Right, so now I can show you how to sheet it down and how to set up the ventilation pipe. Okay, I'll do that now. Oh yeah, right, so I'm going to fix the ventilation pipe in that. It's just an off-cut of hose pipe. You've got to remember with this fitting the ventilation, bear in mind that water always runs downhill, so it's always running downwards, gravity and all that. So first you stick your ventilation pipe into the hibernation box, putting it in a position where it's out of the way of the hedgehogs. It's not too hard to position. Right, so bearing in mind water runs down, you have put some weight on it so that the pipe coming out of the hibernation box is pointing down. So if water hits that pipe, it runs down and away from the hibernation box. If it was above that hole, the water would run down it and into the hibernation box. So you get it. So there, it's just down. Right, the same on the outside, because the obviously the ventilation pipe is going to be on the outside for air to be drawn into the hibernation box. But similarly, you don't have it pointing upwards. The water would just go into the hose pipe and block up the ventilation pipe. So you have to ensure you're passing it so it's facing down like that. So down out of the hibernation box, pipe facing down, so water doesn't get into the pipe there, water doesn't get into the hibernation box because the pipe is down. Now that's how you fit your ventilation pipe. Okay, so next is I'm just going to quickly show you how to sheet down, but bear in mind it's just common sense. this is my take on sheeting down. Okay. Right. So this is how you sheet it down, make it waterproof. First, put the tunnel into place. It's just like making a gigantic bed with a polythene sheet, basically. Like I say, it's common sense. That's basically it now. So you just get some old bricks, old bits of wood, push them against the edges to lock everything in place. Before you put the sheet on top, don't fix it too tight to the top because it will push holes in the polythene in the corners. What's a good idea is before you put the sheet on, it's just to sand the corners smooth, then it won't break through the polythene. You've got your ventilation pipe in, you secure that, that's it, you're all set. You've got your bedding in, you've got your ventilation pipe, you've got it sheeted down, that's it, job done. Apart from the fact, I'm going to show you how to fix on a faulted lid in the next video. So also I'm going to show you how to make a lid out of polythene, because obviously a lot of people aren't going to have the use of a gas gun, even though they do make pretty good self-adhesive felt these days. So all the principles I use in showing you how to felt a lid, you can apply to self-adhesive felt. So that's it. Okay guys.